Hey, my name is Lee Rucker, and right now I'm grateful to have this opportunity to speak and share with anyone maybe listening, and hope that something good will touch you by what I share, and that maybe that will ripple onward, in the world and into the future generations, for us to live in harmony with this earth and have a beautiful world for the future generations. Good, clean water, clean air, and an abundance, prosperity for all our future generations. That can be easier for them somehow, some way. So we just finished 4 days of our PeRmaJam 4-day, 4-year land blessing ceremony here at Blossomdale Sanctuary, and it was really an amazing experience. And so right now I have this time to just reflect about all of it and feel all the feelings, so much gratitude and love. I'm inspired by a brother of mine that came here. His name's Lev Natan. He has a vision, it's called the medicine tree, the return of the medicine trees, that we are those medicine trees, those old growth trees, our ancestors, rising up back out of the earth again. And this weekend, Thursday night, the first day of the event, he led us through a process. He had people break into groups and share our process for moving towards our visions. And that process was, step one, just centering with each other, 6 people in a group, and taking a nice centering breath. And the second was sharing gratitude, and the third was sharing your vision, and the fourth was something that inspired you. So it's a very simple process, and we like things very simple around here at PeRmaJam. Because that's who we are, the people that come here. We're just humble people of the earth. And so I'm going to go through that process with my own experience right now. And I'm just going to take a centering breath. Just to feel my connection with Mother Earth, And I'm going to share what I'm grateful for. It's hard to know where to begin, to say what I'm grateful for right now. I'm grateful to be here and, have this beautiful land, that people can come to. This land where the Ramapo Lenape people, lived and took care of this land for many, many generations before they were forced to leave here. But their spirits are still here on this land. So I'm grateful that people are returning to this land, and that my brother, Ramapo Lenape, and he came here, and blessed the land with us and helped our relatives in the community have a prayer ceremony. That was really nice. And all the elders, from different tribes, indigenous people that came to represent and share their teachings and their understanding with us. I'm really grateful for all of them. They came here and they held space for our community and helped lead us in prayer, helped our people to heal and helped our people to understand who we are, where we come from. It's important to remember where we come from, because that's how we're going to understand where we're going. And that's what they shared with us. And what's more important is where we're going, together, where we're walking together, what we're creating for the future generations. And that's what PeRmaJam is really about. It's about inviting people into this visionary space. So I'm really grateful that our prayer for the earth and our prayer for the future generations is strong and it's clear, and that people can relate to it and understand it. And I'm grateful that we got to do what we set out to do this weekend, which was to ignite a spark in people and help to heal what separates us from each other, from the earth, and from Creator. I was really grateful to hear so much wonderful feedback from people who said that their lives were forever changed by the experience. That really touched me, At the end of the day, we do so much work to make this happen, because the people who come here, we look at them like they're our family. And we would do anything for our family, and for our future generations too. Whatever we need to do, to do the best we can for each other and for the future generations, So I'm really grateful to have, heard that kind of feedback, know that, even if just one person was touched in a good way, that's medicine for me, for my spirit, to know that we're on the right path here together. So many beautiful affirmations, I'm grateful for those affirmations, that all the work that we're doing is real, and it is helping people. I'm grateful for this land again, I'll say that, the water that's here, this beautiful river, so many people got to go into the river and cleanse themselves and feel that healing energy, and to share that gratitude for this place. It's a 4-year land blessing ceremony, and that's what we did here. We blessed the land with our prayers. When the children are here and they're having a good time and they're smiling and laughing and having fun with each other and learning something too. That's a real blessing for the land here, and it's a real blessing for all of us to get to share in a circle with our children, because that's really what this is all about. And it's about, creating something for them that they can take forward and keep passing forward and keep passing forward. I'm grateful for the space that everyone held together. A lot of people were thanking me, and I'll thank you too. Everybody, I thank you all, because we did this together. We created this experience that touched so many people. All the little ways that people showed up, and the big ways too. But really, it's like, all those little things that we do that help out, that make this experience so beautiful for everyone. If you see something, pick it up, put it back where it's supposed to be. You see someone that needs help, give them a little support. It's just those little things, that add up. And it's less for someone else to do, and it helps everybody to feel at ease and be able to have fun and joy. But we're coming together right now. It's really new for us, all of us, to come together with such a strong prayer and talk about, how beautiful it can be, what we can create together. And so it's new, and it's challenging too, to bring all these different cultures together, all these different ages of people together. And it's very challenging, and it's, it's a beautiful reflection, of where we're at and the work that it's going to take to get there and where we want to be. So I commend everybody, for coming together and planting these seeds of unity, and weaving these threads of love that's going to keep us together. We prayed together this weekend. I'm grateful for all the prayers. Thank you for everyone who came and offered a prayer for the land, for PeRmaJam, for the future generations, and for me too. I feel very blessed and very grateful for all the wisdom that was shared about the indigenous understandings and about permaculture and natural medicines that we can all use to heal, how to work with nature and relate to nature in a proper way. I'm grateful for all those teachings that were shared. Some people here, they just sat and talked to everybody and inspired others and lent emotional support throughout the weekend, and a lot of people were really, really ignited by that, and really grateful for those people. the first thing that comes to my mind is the medic team that we had here. Black Panther, Medicine, Rainey, and Brandon. They're so much more than a medic team. It's really amazing because they're here for any emergency that could happen, and it's very necessary that they're here. Somebody might get hurt, have a cut, have some poison ivy, or even a bite by a tick, And but they did a lot more than that. They really showed up in every single way that they could. Anybody who needed any kind of support, and whether it be emotional or moving something, or just to hold space for all our relatives here, they went above and beyond. And I'm really grateful for family like that. Family that is really watching. I say, when we come to PeRmaJam, it's our responsibility to take care of one another. And we are all the security guards here, to watch out and make sure that everyone is safe, that everyone's okay, especially the little ones and the women and the men, And some issues came up for people too, like around men and women issues, or anger issues, or pain, traumas, things like that. So I'm grateful those things came up. It gave us an opportunity as people to understand and have compassion for one another, what we're all going through. And it gave those people an opportunity to move through and learn and heal and understand how to better relate to one another. So I'm grateful for all that. Grateful for my team, Stephanie and Gordon, Madeline. Very grateful, that we, keep putting our hearts and minds together to think about how we can serve the people better and create this experience more impeccably and seamlessly. So it's a lot of work, and it's just going to keep getting better. And all the ones that came to volunteer, we really, they really worked hard, in the kitchen and in the check-in booth, giving information to people, and the ones that washed the dishes, the ones that tended the fires, and for the sweat lodges, and that fire that we had burning for all 4 days and nights, the ones that tended those fires, held space for our community and that prayer, for all the spirits that came through that fire, all the wisdom that came through, and all the healing that came through that fire. I want to say grateful for that fire, Grateful that we're doing something so beautiful and simple that our ancestors have been doing since the beginning of time. Sitting together around the fire, sharing with each other the best of what we have, holding space for one another, and praying together. A family that prays together stays together. And I want to put that thought out there for anyone that's listening. Maybe you don't know what it's like to pray. Maybe that's a foreign concept, but my elders always say, just pray. Even if you don't know how to pray, just pray. Even if you don't like to pray, just pray. Our family, it's important we come together to pray. Pray and spend time, focus our minds and hearts on what it is we need to do to be the best we can be, what our responsibilities are, and to, find a clear way together, to work through our issues, and focus on solutions too, a way forward. So I'm really grateful for all of that. And if I left anything out, forgive me for it. There's just so much in this moment. I'm grateful for everything that went right. I'm grateful for everything that went wrong. Because even the things that seem to go wrong, they're really just lessons for me and for all of us. And this year was very humbling for me. From last year to this year and through this experience, it was very, very humbling. And I'm grateful to be humbled in that way. It's a good feeling. Yeah. So, what is my vision? The next part of this is vision for the future. Well, I'll start with our vision for Blossomdale here. Our vision for Blossom Dell is right on track. This was our observation year, so we're really observing, how the community works together and what's happening here on the land, how the elements are working together, and how we can design our relationship to this land and our social permaculture, how we relate to one another, how we can design our living systems that support our lives so that we do it in harmony with nature and we assist nature rather than impose our will upon it. So we have a whole year right now to observe the land and to observe everything that's happening so that next year, for year 2, we can have our permaculture design course and we can invite our community to learn about permaculture in a deeper way and collaborate on coming up with the best possible scenario for this place. All our hearts and minds together, we can come up with the most beautiful way of living here that is going to be permanent for future generations, a permanent culture, a permaculture. 125 acres here. We'll design the entire 125 acres and then it's going to be easier for the next generations when they come here. A lot of things that we had to build are going to be here for them. That's my vision, all the way 7 generations from now. That when those children come here, they're going to have fresh fruit and vegetables and medicines and structures that they can live in and rest in, and places to pray, sacred spaces, animals, everything they need. It's going to be right here. And they're going to be able to share and they're going to be able to enjoy life more. They're going to have less work to do than us and they can sing more, play more, laugh more. So I see it that way, And then the 3rd and 4th year here at Blossom Dell Sanctuary is going to be implementation. So all the work, things that we designed for this place, we're going to put our hands together and create it. And then continue that work, so that we've put this place onto a perpetual path, a perpetual permaculture path. It's a really wonderful vision, And it's so simple that we can do this anywhere, any land, And right now, what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of lands that are connecting with us. They want to have this blessing ceremony on their land. So we're going to, the way I see it, we'll bring our elders, to come there and open up this prayer circle and open up this visionary space and help to harmonize and unite people wherever we go in a simple way, in a humble way, in a respectful way. We can be this umbrella. PeRmaJam can be an umbrella to bring the support that is needed to creating these type of environments, these permaculture ecosystems where people can come and heal and live and grow and thrive. So I see us being that, and collaborating with many organizations that are also, doing good work in the world. I'd like to give energy and resources to support the indigenous peoples of the earth. We worked a lot with the Taino community, and I want to give thanks again and go backwards a little bit. Something that I left out to Roman Guaraguaish Perez, Red Hawk, Taino elder here that has been taking care of our community and his family too, his ancestors too. And we continue working together to shine light on their culture in the most respectful way without appropriating. And we work together to come up with the best way that we can share those teachings and medicines. So I see us, working with these indigenous communities as well. And, I also see us just inviting the children more to design PeRmaJam and ask them for what they want when they come here. And seeing the community working together more to provide that experience for the children. We should focus more of our energy on them next year, making sure that they're having the best experience possible, because it's really, like I said, all about them. And I feel like that's something I can repeat for people to remember, as we walk through the earth. It's about the little ones, the future generations, our children. We need to put our energy there in them, and our elders too. Here at PeRmaJam, our elders eat first. They speak first. We give them the time first before it's our turn, and then the children go first. Sorry, the children, and then the elders, and the veterans, and everyone else can share too. So I'm just, I see down the road more people coming together of one heart, one mind, able to be the leaders, able to be the teachers, able to be the medicine that we all need, walking together on this earth in a humble way. Yeah, that's how I see it right there. So that's my vision, and all the steps to get there. I see us having all the support we need, and us giving that support wherever we can, spreading it out. What inspires me? What inspires me? I'm inspired by what inspires me. What inspires me the most is the young people, how quickly they learn, how quickly they pick up on the beautiful teachings that are shared here. It's much easier for them. And just to watch the way they relate to one another. They're so aware, so present, so conscious. They see everything and hear it. So I'm really inspired by the young people, and it gives me a lot of hope for our future generations, that there's young people coming into these ways that are learning at a very young age about permaculture and about indigenous teachings and how to give thanks and communicate with Mother Earth and with each other in a loving way, in a compassionate way. How compassionate they are, how understanding they are, how sensitive they are, innocent. I'm inspired by that. And I'm inspired by how much people give without asking for anything in return. The way people take care of each other here. Yeah. I'm inspired by this creation, all the beauty that we have before us. I'm inspired when I look around and I see how much beauty Creator has given us. We still have a lot left on this earth that we can enjoy, and we're not alone. There's many of us that are coming back to these ways of living in harmony, and I'm inspired by it. I hope.